What's up, guys? It's TechnoViking23 coming to you today with a little short commentary regarding the Division, and one little aspect of the Division that I actually wanted to talk about that I think is kind of funny. Now, I actually was able to borrow the game from a buddy of mine at work who did buy it, and I've been messing around with it a little bit, just trying to see if it's something I'd want to spend $60 on, and so far I have not found enough in the game to actually justify making a purchase of it. And the Division's got some nice things with it, but it's also got plenty of issues and plenty of problems I may talk about in another video. But I wanted to talk about the thing I found just the most annoying about this game, and that is the character creator. Now, the Division is supposedly an RPG, though from what I've played, there's not too much in terms of RPG elements. You know, I'm really getting tired of these developers throwing a half-assed character creator on a game and putting in some random loot drops here and there and calling it an RPG, because they seem to miss out on all the other stuff like great characters, your own character immersion within the world, having a world that you care about and you develop relationships with people in it, and story, you know, cutscenes, whatever you want to talk about. When I play an RPG, I think of a game like the older Final Fantasy games. I think of Mass Effect, Skyrim, things like that. And I just don't see that kind of content with games like The Division. So I really wish some of these developers would do a little bit more research before they start talking about how their game's an RPG. But let's start off with the most basic thing with the game. That's the character creator, which you can kind of see going around here in the background. This has got to be one of the worst and most limited character creators I have ever seen in games, just in general. This character creator, while the graphics look okay, there's just no options. I mean, you have like 4 or 5 facial options, a couple of skin colors, very few beards and scars and things. There's just nothing here. I mean, games and RPGs and things that came out back in like 2005 have better character creators than this. They might not look as nice because of graphics, obviously, on older systems, but they have so many more options. Even a game like Mass Effect, the original, which came out in 2008, which by today's graphic standards looks pretty terrible, had a much better character creator than some of these newer games that were coming out. I mean, for crying out loud, Destiny has a much better character creator than The Division, which is just pretty sad, quite honestly. But I was just absolutely amazed at how limited it was, how much of lack of customization there was on this character creator. I mean, even if you hit the randomization button a couple times, it keeps coming up with like the exact same character looks every time you go through it. It's just absolutely ridiculous. And then they have the nerve to call this, you know, an RPG. It's really hard to get immersed in an RPG when you can't even create a character that looks remotely like yourself in real life, or you just make something that looks really goofy. You know, it's very difficult in this game to come up with something that looks kind of cool and unique. Really, the only way you can do that is by picking up clothing that drops from certain enemies. You know, just for male and female both, the character creation options in this game are just sad. And it's sad that this is 2016 and this is a brand new, supposedly AAA game coming out from a major developer, and we get something this limited. And I think that really speaks to the larger state of gaming as a whole right now, and just how much of a lack of features these companies are putting into these games. I don't know if it's because they're catering to an audience that just doesn't care anymore. I know a lot of companies are trying to go the way of mobile games, in which they just have, you know, the most minimum amount of stuff in the game and still charge a full premium price. But it's getting a little ridiculous, and quite honestly, it's pretty terrible. But I'm going to have a larger, longer video talking about the state of AAA games just in general, and actually the state of this generation of consoles, because I'm starting to feel like a lot of other people I've talked to, where it's like so far with PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, I mean, where are the good games at? Where are the innovative games? Where are the games that are just delivering on the potential of these consoles? You know, we're still getting the same stuff that we got for Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3, only it seems like they're not even trying anymore. You know, they just kind of slap a game together and throw it out there and hope that, you know, the millions of masses will buy it, you know, the uneducated masses. So I guess they're aiming it at this younger generation who's into this mobile gaming thing where they play these mindless cell phone games, and I think that's unfortunately a direction a lot of these AAA developers and publishers are going in, and it's one of the reasons this generation of consoles has just felt so lackluster. At least to me, that's my opinion. You guys may feel differently, and if you do, I'd love to hear that down below. So anyways, guys, I hope you've enjoyed this short little video here, just highlighting how bad the Division's character creator is. Let me know if you guys are playing The Division, if you're enjoying it, or if you're finding it kind of boring and, you know, lacking content, how which is how I've found it so far, to be. But anyways, guys, that's going to do it for me. I hope you're having a great day and a great weekend. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time.